Hello everyone, Shamna Gray here from Goddess Creations, coming to you live in the Goddess Creations for Women group. No, that's not the name of it. Discover the Goddess Within group. I'm welcoming you. We are as I'm filming this, in the in-between phase between Christmas and New Year. So this is a very exciting time for actually looking back on where we have been. I did that in my previous video, looking back as to how your year has been for you, how you have shown up in your year and for you in your life. But also this week, I'm going to just be announcing what I'm going to be starting with next week, which is in the first Wednesday of January. I will be coming to you live to share with you the various things, the various steps that you can take and to journey with you in doing that throughout this year of 2022, which of course is starting within a week, which is very exciting. We have had a very strenuous year behind us in 2021, and it's been pretty tough. They're on various levels, energetically, with regards to finances, with regards to health, with regards to heart loss, heart pain and love and insecurity, let's say. And this is what I want to share with you, is that something that I've desired to be doing for years, actually, and I never got around to it because I was busy with my own personal development and freed myself up to be able to share this with you in the way that suits me best. I have exciting news. So we are going to be talking about our New Year's resolutions. Now, every year, many of thousands and millions of people all over the world have New Year's resolutions. A lady came to me a while ago saying, I would love support on how to lose weight or to have a healthier food situation. And this was obviously a very old question for this lady because she had been starting and stopping and starting and stopping. And what it boiled down to is that something else was the matter with her. But that's a different trajectory, let's say. If you want to reach out to me concerning something that you are suffering with or having issues with concerning your health personally, let's say, if you have something like that, and then sure, reach out to me to be able to come and connect with you on what it is that would be, sabotaging your health situation and how you can therefore improve your health on that score. So if you wish, you can reach out to me on info@goddesscreations.nl. I'm just squeezing that in there now because that isn't exactly what I'm coming live for at the moment. This I'm talking about is more general. So if you wish, you can reach out to me at info@goddesscreations.nl for your one-on-one support coaching with regards to your health issues. But what I am talking about today, and if you're watching live, feel free to add to the comments. If you're watching live, ask StreamYard to share your name so that I can see who is speaking. And even if you are watching the replay, just do a hashtag replay so that I know that you have watched it, because it's so rewarding, not only for me, but also for you to interact. This year is going to be very exciting. And I must say, I do need your support in continuing it for myself. So for me, structure is needed. And that's something that I have been avoiding, let's say, over the years. And hello, viewer, I can see you are watching. Just say hi, who you are, leave a comment so I can know who you are and welcome you. I need structure to be able to hold on to my goals and what it is I want to desire throughout the year. But here's my other thing, where the ego trips me up. And I'm saying me, but I'm saying it because I also know that many of us have this too. When we have a desire to change our way of life, fear can set in. So you will sabotage your procedure and your growth because your ego doesn't want you to change. It wants to stay in that safety zone. And I think I've spoken about this before in other videos. Your ego wants to keep you safe in your safety zone, which means that it will do almost anything to stop you from stepping outside of the box into the newer version of you. Now, of course, you aren't new, but it is the more improved version of you, or the more happy version of you, or the more healthy version of you. And it can show up in many ways with regards to fear, or with regards to procrastination, or with regards to even something as acute as falling asleep while watching this video. I've been there. I have been there where I was in a meeting where they was sharing certain things that could improve my life, and I acutely fell asleep. Why? Because what I was hearing, my subconscious already knew was going to change my life, and I was not ready to have my life changed at that time. So to protect me, it shut down. Now, there are ways to avoid this. To avoid this is to have support in you following your dreams. So you need to be clear on what it is you want. No, not what I want. Not you think something that you think someone else should be, someone else is saying that you should be doing. No, the goal setting for 2022 is what you want. And we're not going to be doing it all at this one moment in January as, the rest of the world. Sure, we'll take a little bit of the goal setting, but we will be doing it throughout the year, continually building up your energy, building up your resolve, building up your inner muscle, building up your self-love and confidence. Because that, my dear lovely goddess that you are, is what it is that you really do desire. You want to feel confident and feel the love, the self-love that you deserve. You want to know that you can do anything you want in life. You want to remember who you are and what you are capable of. A small example for me is that, and I think I've said this before too, but it doesn't matter because you might need to have heard it a second or a third time. But in September last year, well, this year still, just on the brink of it, of course, in September this year, I went on a vision quest. Now, with having multiple sclerosis, with having these health issues, it was not a very smart thing to do, many would say. But I knew to the core of my being that I had to do this. And I had to surpass my fears. So the first one was I signed up for it. I signed up and committed. See, the commitment meant that sure, I could back out, but the chance that I back out was smaller because I had committed. I had said, yes, this is what I am going to do. So, and then when I went, I discovered that I have up there on that mountain, those 4 days without food and without a tent on the mountains, just me and nature and just water. I discovered that if I can do this, I can do anything I want in life. My confidence in my body was built up. This is what I would like to have for you, especially if you are working too hard, if you are full of anxiety, if you are, really on that brink of, I want to change my life. This is for you. So, starting next week, I'm going to be sharing with you, and it's going to seem like a lot coming your way, but it's going to be spread out over the year. And once again, I need your support with this. So, in this coming year, my goal for 2022 is to share with you the steps that you need to do, we need to do, to be more empowered, to have that self-love, to build that confidence, to have that feeling of accomplishment that we need. And the funny thing is that while you are doing it, you might not really feel that you're doing it, or that you're not improving, or even if you do it just for 1 month or once every 3 months or whatever it is. If you start now and you see, clock what your starting point is, what is my weight? What is my financial situation? How do I feel with regards to my own confidence? How do I feel with regards to relationships and love? How do I feel about the work that I am in? All of these areas that you can just start with, what is my life situation now? And am I happy with it? No self-judgment there, but just if you want, you can put a score with from 0 to 10 with regards to various subjects, all the things I just mentioned: health, finances, career. We're talking about education of yourself. Developing your personal self, spirituality, love and relationships. All of this, your character, all of this what are a part of the whole wheel of your life. So I said wheel, and this is what I'm talking about. There are various cycles in life. So this is one of the wheels that we will be touching on. in throughout this year. I'm going to be taking one piece of the wheel of year per month. No hurry, no pressure. I'm just going to be sharing it with you. And it's up to you whether you go back and watch the videos and just take the tips to heart and take action. I would love to know how you have improved your life throughout this year, having building your confidence. But you have to commit. What is your commitment? So we're going to be walking through. This is one of the cycles that I will be addressing, and there are many more. But I don't want to overwhelm you. I want to take it step by step. So one of these are the 12 areas of life that you can improve throughout this whole year. So in January, we will be starting with just the one section. And I'm going to show it to you. The first section that we're going to be sharing is going to be on health and fitness. So in January, we're going to be talking about health and fitness. Now, there is another cycle in life. There are many cycles, as I said, there are many cycles in life that support you in your overall balance and well-being and self-love. So this healing that you need in life is not need like as if you are sick, but more the balance, how to be stable and secure and grounded, how to know who you are and what your boundaries are, what it is that you do and don't want to be doing in life. So, as I said, you have that first wheel that we're going to be starting with next week, which is starting with health and fitness. And then there are 11 more subjects that we'll be working through throughout the year together. And I am excited to find out how it goes for me, how it goes for you, how we are doing things together. So I invite you to comment and question and all of that in the comments below, because I will be watching and I would love to support you in all ways. Another cycle that we're going to be journeying with, which is a huge favorite of mine, and anyone who knows me knows that I love talking about it in various ways, and that is the chakra system. Now, that sounds very clinical, but what it boils down to is the chakra system are the energy centers in your body, around your body. These are the things that, if they are working, fine, your life will be balanced. Let's just take the root chakra, let's say, which is the first chakra, the ground chakra, it's and its color is red, and I'll be talking about that and also starting next week. But the root chakra is your core with regards to your safety, your stability. Now, that can be talking about how your home is, how your health is, how your finances is, the basic things that you need for survival. Now, I won't be necessarily pulling it apart on those levels, but if you start with health and fitness in January, think about it, and you start with working on your grounding and stability and your basic needs with regards to the root chakra in January, that is a very solid foundation to start with regards to your year. So that is something that I just love, that I'm going to be doing these together with you, giving you tips, giving affirmations or sharing affirmations. I'd love to hear your affirmations too. And I will be also motivating you and talking about, I will also be sharing meditation once a month. Once again, if I have your support, because if you aren't interested, it's a shame, but that will also drain my energy. And I want to stay energized in supporting you and also in us supporting each other, getting to be the healthier, happier, more balanced version of ourselves. Another very important cycle throughout the year, which I will be touching on, is the wheel of the year. Now, the wheel of the year is what you could say in pagan terms are the 8 spokes of the year. And you may know them, so I'm just going to just touch on them. Let's say you have midwinter that we've just had. There is Easter, there is summer, which is midsummer, and there is fall. Those are the 4 main spokes, and then between those spokes are 4 others. So one of them, let's say, is Halloween, and another one is called Imbolc, which is the festival where the lambs are, going outside, the beginning of spring. And there is Lammas, which is in the beginning of August, which has its, the first of the harvests. There are, oh yes, and well, and there is another one too. So there are 8 phases of the year. So, and I think I mentioned so, and I can't remember Halloween. There are 8 phases of the year that you go through, and they do correspond as well in energy with regards to the whole year. It's not a coincidence. And I want to share this with you so that in all of these various cycles, so we're talking about the various, let's say, masculine subjects of the year. You have the 12 going through the months. You have the chakra system, which is your energy cycle going through you, and how to balance that out, coming through your heart and your intuition and your I am and your authenticity and your connection with others. I just touched on a few of those chakra energy things that will be coming by. And then there is the wheel of the year, where you have going through the year, you have those various festivals. And I would love to be able to share with you those festivals too. So if you would like to, I'm going to be sharing like a ritual, let's say a week before each festival. Let's say every festival. Let's say, as I said, Ostara or Beltane was the eighth one that I'd forgotten to mention. Beltane, which is the beginning of the summer, which is many know as the Mayflower Maypole Festival. Many of these things are ways of touching on and aligning your energy throughout the year. But also these rituals that also will be added, which I will share with you. So some of these rituals, they help you in balancing yourself out, pacing yourself throughout the year, having more compassion, more connection to nature. And so there's that wheel of the year. And then there is the lunar cycle. Now, the lunar cycle is very simple. It has to do with the movement of the moon throughout the year. But because it happens so often in a year, I will not be emphasizing it, but I might touch on it because it is connected to our female menstrual cycle, a cycle of 28 days officially, and we can veer off it. And so this cycle has to do with the energy of the dark moon, where you go within and you set intentions for the next phase, or the full moon, where you are celebrating that which you have achieved. And then there are the various steps, also 8, within that 1 month, or within that month, 28 days, where you have different energies. For now, for me, that is too much to be sharing. But if it comes up, I will mention it, because aligning to the energy of the moon helps you be more friendly and attuned to your body. So that is the lunar cycle. Once again, here, the lunar menstrual health. There is another cycle that I'm not going to touch on, and that is the solar cycle, which of course has to do with the actual months of the year. Every month of the year has its own energy, its own astrology symbol. I will not be talking about that one throughout the year, because once again, that is too much for me to be able to share with you all in, let's say, that 1/2 hour connection weekly with you. So once again, what am I going to be sharing with you? The 3 cycles that I would love to share with you are the Wheel of Life, 12 areas. Starting next week, we're going to be talking about the health and fitness. Health and fitness is going to be the first section of the 12. I'm going to be talking about the chakra system. That's going to be like the thread, the what do you call it? The thread going through those areas. Every 7 weeks, I'll be switching that. So the first 7 weeks, I will be taking in with the energy and the intention, the stability and the security and the trust that you may have with regards to the root chakra. That's what I'm going to be starting with next week. And that has to do also, once again, with the trust in your body, with the trust in your mental stability, with the trust in your health, building up. All of this is connected. Yes, it's free. Yes, it's free. If you would like more support, one on one or in group, let me know and I will be happy to oblige. Then the other third cycle that I will be touching on from starting from next week is the wheel of the year. So we will be, and it's not like I'm going to start in first week, but 2 weeks beforehand, let's say before the actual festival or Shabbat, as it can be called, I will be sharing rituals and information um, on that festival, so that you have time, like a week beforehand, you have time to connect with that energy, to do whatever ritual it is that I share with you, or that is in alignment with you. And that's another cycle throughout the year. And if you like, I can also give you like a PDF version of what it is that I am sharing, or a worked out version, or maybe even a meditation. I can give you more on that. If you are interested in that, there will be a fee for that. Where if you have, there will like €8 per month, which is 64. 8 times 8 is 64, to have each month, sorry, not every month, every section of the year, because there are 8 of those phases. So that would be 64 if you want them individually. And if you get them all in one go, it will be 56. And if you say, oh, I only want half a year, which is 4 of those phases, you will be paying, I think it is €30. See, there, that is it, €30. So that is what I'm going to be starting to share with you starting from next week. Why am I so incredibly excited about it? Because I have been avoiding my structure. Because I knew that if I apply structure to my life will change. And my ego was stopping me from that. Now, in this past year, I have done many things to free myself from my limiting beliefs. So now I have the space and energy to support you in doing that. And to do that, as I said, I have set up a structure to share with you and to guide you step by step through the year in energizing and supporting you and helping you to build confidence. If you happen to miss a step, no problem. It's not important. No one is keeping score except you. It's only up to you as to how you feel and what it is that you desire. So I would love to support you with regards to that. So I'm just sharing and concerning this. So next week I'll be starting with the health and fitness and the root chakra. And 2 weeks on, I will be starting with regards to involve, and I will share with that more information on that later. I am very pleased and thankful that I may serve you. And if you are watching this video later on, it is absolutely no problem, because the tips you find here will enhance and improve your life if you do them. That is my mission, to help you as working hard, driven woman to find the balance and to reduce your stress and anxiety, so you can have a more balanced and healthier lifestyle, feeling more like the goddess you are and who is within. Once again, if you would like extra information, or if you would like to have the PDF version of the rituals that I'm going to be sharing with you 8 times a year, contact me here at info@goddesscreations.nl. I will be more than willing to support you and to, set you up on anywhere. And if you would like to have coaching, reach out to me for that too, because that I am also willing to do. Throughout the year, I hope when we have more freedom to move to set up a retreat. But for now, this is enough. If you would like to follow me, I have a newsletter, which is http://eepurl.com/hba_H5. That is the link to be able to get my newsletter, which could be weekly, could be once every 2 weeks. I must admit, it depends on my energy and on my alignment. But I do commit to the weekly calls. And I would love to support you in this. So, my lovely goddesses, I wish you a very happy new year in you setting your resolutions for the coming year. What is it that you desire? What is it that you hope? Is it an improved health situation? Is it a more larger self love, confidence? Is it that you might want to have a different focus point concerning your finances or concerning your personal development and your intellect, let's say, building up the character, having more confidence in you? Or maybe it's just the quality of your life that you would like to attract the finer home, attract the the lifestyle that you actually really do desire, maybe more fun of life in social life, let's say. Or you want to work on your life vision and how you may show up for the world. All of that will be touched on in those various spokes of the wheel of of your life. And I will be taking you on the wheel of the year with regards to the rituals that you can do for the various phases of the year. And I'm looking forward to you improving and becoming more and discovering more of the goddess within. I'm going to be leaving you with a quote, and this quote is: to be or not to be? That is the question. It's taken from the story of Hamlet from William Shakespeare, and this is a very profound, everyone knows the phrase to be or not to be, but it is a very important question. Who do you want to be? And if you start thinking about that, this feeling come over you. If you have the courage to take any step, a step, many steps, whatever it may be that suits you, who are you becoming in 2022? And from that energy of 2022 and the becoming, what shows up in your life to support you being who you really love to be? That's me, Shamna Gray, Goddess Creations, wishing you a happy new year, a blessed 2022. And I look forward to sharing with you, journeying with you throughout this year, through the wheel of life, the chakra system, and the wheel of the year, with our energy to discover the goddess within. Be blessed. Bye.